What's the very latest for you on the search?
Jamie, I can tell you that tonight police were searching the northeast section of the city, focusing mainly on the wooded areas. They had search dogs, search and rescue teams out there, people from all over the state trying to assist them, trying to find a link to Miriam Acevedo.
This is actually one of the paths that they've been known to take. Now, what are some of the tricks that they try and do in order to pass undetected? Well, some actually attach a piece of foam onto their shoe. That way they won't leave footprints, but some actually start walking backwards in an attempt to trick agents into thinking that they're not walking north into the U.S. Instead, they're walking south back into Mexico.
The operator asked him, "How do you know it's her?" He says, "I recognize the picture."
But this man only found her. He's not necessarily being connected with her death, is he?
No. No, Julie, not at this moment, not as far as we know. He just found her in this abandoned home in Redding.
Wendy, Robert, is a tragedy that has been unfolding since last night and into today here in the section of 7th and Chu in Allentown. As you can see, a community that is still mourning and paying their respects. Both community and police still trying to clearly understand what happened. Only the remains of the Yola that served as the key to what many immigrants consider freedom. John, in the presence of this nationwide mortgage crisis, legislators on Capitol Hill say they are targeting the problem aggressively, but urge homeowners to do their part as well.
Although right now police activity has begun to clear up, at least right here in the intersection of South Pike and Veracruz Road. But as you can see, if we could just go right over there and show you.
We're looking into Arizona. The Colorado River is the boundary between Arizona and California where we're standing right now. To the south of us is Mexico.
It's called Operation Jumpstart. And the 111 Squadron based out of Fort Indian Town Gap is right in the middle of it.
Some of them are doing the kinds of jobs that we had to have Border Patrol agents doing before, which have allowed us to send those agents back to the field.
Border officials in Yuma say that right now illegal crossing apprehensions are at about 100 a day. A significant difference from this time last year when apprehensions were at 500 and 600 daily.
We've had a nearly 65% decrease in the amount of apprehensions, which translates into less people crossing the border.
Part of the mission includes building new fences.
This one here to my right is a hybrid fence that allows us to be able to see through it.
But their primary role is keeping a close watch for illegal crossings. Once they spot them,
we immediately call the Border Patrol, and those agents usually have a very quick response time. In some spots I'll see, maybe five to 6 2-day crossings, and sometimes I might not see it.
While the guardsman's primary task is surveillance, the possibility of danger lurks.
The soldiers have the ability to use deadly force if necessary to protect themselves and your fellow soldiers.
You're a 6130 called, that means there's something out there.
We've had a 30% increase in violence against our agents. Smugglers are getting frustrated, and we're putting a dent in their pocketbook. Go ahead, sir.
This team knows they can never let their guard down.
But as much as we're watching them, they're watching us.
That's right. Border officials and guardsmen are not the only ones keeping a close watch, because on the other side of this fence in San Luis, Mexico, many are also keeping a close watch on these officials, waiting for the perfect time to try and outsmart them and get into the United States. In San Luis, Mexico, Fior Hernandez, 69 News.
We need justice!
They were going towards.
A call for justice from members of the community gathered near 7th and Chu streets in Allentown last night, many of them angry at the scene they had just witnessed.
The crowd here and the people feel real, down.
At about 8:30, police were responding to a 911 call of a man with a gun, but on the way to that call, 2 patrol cars collided at 7th and Chu, and this is where the tragedy unfolded.
2 pedestrians were struck by the police vehicle, injuring a male and fatally injuring a 4-year-old child.
That child was Davier Legrand. This tragic accident has stirred up anger among some members of this community, especially since it is an area where organizers of the Weed and Seed program say they have been working very hard to build a better relationship between the community and the police.
After this incident, I am not sure how we can establish that.
A few weeks ago, this White House official set out to find the perfect Christmas tree.
Do you have one picked?
And what do you know? He found it right here at the Crystal Spring Tree Farm in Lehighton. So today, Christmas spirit made it all the way from Pennsylvania to Pennsylvania Avenue. Oh,
Christmas trees.
Oh,
Christmas trees. This is so great. Hi, everybody.
This tall Douglas fir specially delivered right to the White House by Santa's little helpers? No, it's the Botek family, the actual farmers of this 18.5-foot beauty.
Enjoy it. Thank you so much.
It is the official White House Christmas tree of the season and will stand tall in the Blue Room.
I think it's going to look magnificent.
And Christmas comes faster and faster the older you get.
This may be true, but for these young ones, time stands still because this year Grandpa and Grandma are the ones bringing Christmas to the White House.
This is the very start of the holidays.
Jingle bells, happy holidays.
In Washington, Fior Hernandez.